Learn how to protect and care for succulents like aeoniums, dudleya, echeverias, kalanchoes, sedums, sansevieras, sempervivums, euphorbias, aloe, lampranthus, fire sticks, crassulas, agaves, yuccas, bucarnias, hesperalos, and cacti during extreme summer heat. Discover when to water, when not to water, how to prevent sunburn, and how to keep both garden and potted succulents thriving through heat waves. If you've ever stepped outside during a heat wave and worried your succulents might be silently cooking, you're not alone. Summer can be brutal, and the real damage often happens before we even notice. Today I'm sharing exactly how I evaluate and protect my own succulents during extreme heat, so you don't lose yours. Aeoniums and dudleyas are the first plants I check when temperatures spike. After their spring growth and flowering, many succulents naturally slow down and rest. If aeoniums have closed their rosettes, that's dormancy. Watering them heavily at this stage can actually cause rot. If they're still slightly open and active, a light watering is fine. But fully closed rosettes, I let them sleep dry until cooler weather returns. Echeverias, kalanchoes, sedums, sansevieras, sempervivums, and Medusa-type euphorbias are much more sensitive to harsh afternoon sun. When a heat wave follows mild weather, sunburn shows up fast, beige or brown patches that never truly disappear. Since succulents hold on to their leaves for a long time, that damage can stay visible for months. For potted plants, I simply move them out of direct midday sun. For in-ground favorites, I use shade cloth or even a simple screen to soften the exposure. Aloe, cameroni, lampranthus, senecio, and fire sticks usually tolerate heat well near the coast. But even tough plants can scorch in desert-like conditions. Variegated varieties are especially vulnerable because they have less protective pigment. During sudden heat spikes, temporary shade makes a huge difference. Crassulas, agaves, yuccas, bucarnias, and hesperalos, elephant's food, and most cacti can handle triple-digit temperatures surprisingly well. They don't always need extra water to survive, but they definitely look better with occasional deep hydration. In habitat, cacti often allow fine roots to dry up completely during drought, surviving off stored moisture. When rain returns, they regenerate roots. That's resilience, but in our gardens, we don't want to push them to that extreme. When it comes to watering, timing matters just as much as frequency. I never water in the middle of the day. Early morning or just before sunset is safest. Midday watering in extreme heat can literally cook roots, especially when soil temperatures are already high. And a hose left in the sun holds scalding water, so I always spray it out first before aiming it at any plant. Potted succulents need special attention because containers heat up fast. I aim to keep the soil about as moist as a wrung-out sponge. Usually once or twice a week works, depending on humidity and temperature. I water thoroughly each time to soak the soil and flush out salt buildup. Shallow sips aren't enough during summer. During heat waves and dry winds, I check soil moisture regularly and inspect my irrigation system. A clogged dripper or broken line can mean life or death for a prized plant. If the ground becomes concrete hard, I let a hose drip slowly for hours to rehydrate the root zone deeply instead of just wetting the surface. While I'm watering, I also rinse dust, fallen leaves, and pests from leaf axils and rosette centers. Clean plants breathe better and are less likely to harbor insects during stressful weather. The biggest lesson I've learned is that heat alone isn't usually the problem. It's heat plus intense sun, dry soil, and neglect all at once. If you monitor moisture, adjust shade, and water wisely, your succulents can come through summer strong. If this helped you feel more confident about handling heat waves, make sure to like and subscribe. I share practical, real-world succulent care that actually works in tough conditions.